a DIY that I am going to do that I have been requested to do again and to show how I did it. So this is what I'm going to do. I am going to show you how I cut these up to look like this. I'm going to show you how I cut this up to look like this. Okay. So what I have is these little cutting shears that I got from the Dollar Tree. And what you want to do is you're going to cut this just like this. So what I want to do is I want to go here. And this here makes it really, really easy to cut with. I mean, it's like cutting butter. It's really, really easy. If you use scissors, the scissors are kind of hard, but this here is really, really easy. If you just take your time and just nip at it, it'll come out perfect every time. So I'm going to go around here. And I'm going to cut this way. Okay. Cut that one off. And I'm going to go here, right down the middle, and cut the tag off. I'm going to go right down the middle here. And I'm just going to go right around the little curve right there. Okay. Then I want these to be the same size. So what I'm going to do is put this one on top of it. And then I'm just going to mark it and I'm going to cut it right here. Right where these two get ready to meet is where I'm going to cut it at. Okay. For those of you who didn't get it the first time, let me do it again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut here. This first little cut is kind of hard, but it's not really hard. You just got to get your little shears or whatever you're cutting. You just got to get it in there. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to go around here. You might have to turn it over so you won't cut everything up. But it does cut very, very easy. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to cut this little part off right here. So I still have my little shape. I'm going to turn it over and I'm going to cut it right here, right down the middle. And I'm going to take it and it just snaps right off. Okay, so this part is loose. And then I'm going to measure it again. I'm going to take this part, measure it, and cut. Okay, so that's 2. You should be able to get 4 of these out of each one of fence. You should be able to get 4 of these out of each fence. Okay, so I'm gonna go through here again. Cut this again. And save these little pieces right here because I'm going to use these in another DIY. These little curves here, I'm going to use those in another DIY. Not this one because it's broke. But these here, I'm going to use them again. So stay tuned for that one. Cut that right off. See? Comes out very, very easy. And I'm going to put that right there. Measure it. And cut it. Okay? Now this is the last one. I'm going to cut it right here. That first little part is always hard because you got to go to this thick little piece. But once you get in there and start cutting that other little piece, it's very, very easy. I'm going to cut it right on around there because I'm trying to. Okay, so you're going to need 9 of these. You're going to need some gemstones. I'm going to put gemstones on these, but this is not what I did on the first one. If you want to go see what I did on the first one that I made, go to my YouTube page. And then you're going to need some sticks. And you're going to need some glue. So I have 9 of these. 9. And you want to make sure that it's even here. Because what you're going to do is you're going to glue this little part to your mirror. So you need to make sure that you have all of these touching your mirror some kind of way. They have to touch your mirror some kind of way. Okay? If you have to take one out, put one in, they have to touch your mirror some kind of way. So even if you have to cut a little bit off of it to even it up, then that's what you have to do. So it's crooked here. Okay, you want to make sure that each one of these pieces here is touching your mirror some kind of way. Okay, so you guys see that? Okay, so now that everything is touching, and I know how big it is, I'm going to turn my mirror over. I actually took my mirror loose because I'm going to spray paint this, but I turned my mirror frame over, and I'm turning these over like this. I'm going to turn all of these over, and make sure that when you turn them over, that each one of them is going to touch your frame. They have to touch your frame, because that's going to be your bonding point. Okay, here it is close up. You guys keep in mind that when I did the first one, I used styrofoam to put my mirror on instead of a frame. But I'm going to use the frame that goes to this mirror here this time. So, but you still want to make sure that you have something to bond you want to make sure that you have something to bond these two together. Okay? So, I'm going to make sure that I have all these touching. They all have to touch, and I turned all of them over. And they all have to touch this frame some kind of way. Even if you have to overlap it a little bit. Even if you have to overlap these two a little bit, they all have to touch the frame. Here, you see how they have to touch? They all have to touch a piece of the frame. Okay? They all have to touch a piece of the frame. They all have to go around here and touch this frame part right here. Now, I'm going to glue a few of them on, and I'm going to come back and show you exactly what I'm talking about. Didn't mean styrofoam, I meant foam board. But this is what I have so far, that I have glued this together to the frame. So it is glued to the frame. See how I got this on here? And I put the little sticks right here to connect them together. You're not going to see these in the front when I get done with them. That's why I have these. So this is actually going to be hidden. Okay? So don't worry about that. And you see how I got them around the frame? They just glued to the frame. You see, you can't see any of the glue from the front side. Okay, so we're going to keep gluing and I'll be back. Okay, I have the back done. And like I said, what I did was I glued it to the back of the frame. And then I glued where it wasn't touching. I kind of bonded it together with the sticks, with the popsicle sticks. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray paint it. And I think I'm going to have this one black because I have these little beads right here that I want to use. And I'm going to use these on the black instead of using these where I was going to put these at. But I still may use these. I'm not sure. The little diamonds. But if not, I'm going to use this. So I'm going to spray paint it. And I'm going to come back. Some of it was already bonding, so I didn't really have to put a stick on it. It kind of bonded it together by itself.
This was after I spray painted it, and then I brought it back.
But the rest of them wasn't even touching.
And was
so those
dry
are the ones that has the sticks,
the gemstones and the diamond wrap.
Here
so, I'm showing you where I glued on the diamond wrap around the mirror and the pearls and the blue diamond.
This is it.
It was a close-up of the blue diamonds.
I'm going to spray paint it and I'll be back.
Here's where I glued the back of the mirror back on, and then I glued the popsicle sticks on top of the back of the mirror. Now this is where you see where I put the diamond wrap, the diamonds, and the gold pearls around the mirror. This was the final product.